Sounds good.
5, 4, trace, dos, uno.
Cool.
Tell me when.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh, what, for time or what?
To start time.
Start time. Oh yeah, I'll let you know. I'll let you know what to start time. Okay, cool. Anyway, yeah. Hey guys, I'm bryonato. This is the Titanfall 2 any percent speedrun. It's a pretty sick game. Came out October 2016. You may have heard of it. If you haven't played it, you probably just know it as a critical darling that didn't sell super well. But it actually is a really cool speed game. It's got a lot of really nice movement tech, some pretty cool skips, really nice jumps. I'm just gonna get right into it. We'll get started with it. This is any percent, so we're gonna be playing on easy. And we do start from the tutorial mission. So Titanfall 2 is a sci-fi first-person shooter. It kind of got written off by a lot of people
So
as...
I'm supposed to start the timer?
Oh yeah, I start the timer when I press space. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So,
Good luck.
thank you. So yeah, Titanfall 2 is a sci-fi first-person shooter set in the far distant future. You play as Jack Cooper. You are fighting for the militia, which is kind of like a group of rebels fighting back against the IMC, which is a big like corporate conglomerate that, you know, ravages a bunch of planets and takes all the resources and forces people off. So the plot for this game could be summed up as kind of like Halo meets Star Wars. So it's pretty simple premise. Right now this is like your basic run-of-the-mill first-person shooter tutorial mission. So it's going to be introducing us to all the mechanics in the game. First one you're going to see is what's called it's what's called slide hopping. So slide hopping is probably the most used technique in this game. It's a the concept of it is pretty simple. Whenever you have any amount of speed and then you hold crouch, you'll do a slide. And at the start of that slide, you don't lose any speed, so you can just jump over and over and never lose any speed. And basically, it's a lot like bunny hopping. If you're familiar with, oh, that's fine. We don't lose any time from that. This first part of the game is kind of an auto-scroller. So you can just keep jumping over and over. You don't lose any speed. This game actually runs on a modified version of the source engine, so we do have air strafing as well. Air strafing being when you move in the air and hold left or right, or you know, strafe in the air, and you move in kind of like an arc pattern. You go farther and gain more speed. So you'll see me when I'm going in the air, kind of moving left and right and moving in these big circle patterns. Right now I'm going to be cooking a frag in my hand and letting it explode. Oh, I'm going to fuck up here. Okay, hold on. This is the gauntlet, so it's kind of a tough part of the game, or a tougher part of the first part of the game. It's probably where I reset most. It's fine. Basically, what I was trying to do there was called a frag boost. So you just let the grenade explode in your hand and it gives you a boost forward. You can't do that in any other part of the game like that because we are in a simulation and we can't die.
I'm ready to see what's next.
In any case, that's basically all the gauntlet is. You can't die in the simulation, so we can do some stuff like I'm boosting with this rocket launcher, I'm boosting with grenades. That's respectively called EPG boosts and frag boosts. Not techniques that are available in any other part of the game. So finally I have a little bit of time to talk about all the movement mechanics that you have available to you. So, timer was early? That's fine. It's a marathon. So you have you have a jump, double jump, you have a wall run, and then also a wall jump. So when you combine all that with stuff like slide hopping, bunny hopping, you can do a lot of really cool stuff. So this game has a pretty... Oh, this is a cool little bug. If you call down your Titan and then you stand where it comes down, you can like affect the direction that the Titan comes in. It doesn't do anything for time, but it looks really funny. But yeah, so the game has a really deep movement system, a lot of different stuff we can do, and if you've seen a source engine run before, you're probably familiar with some of the mechanics we're going to be doing. Air acceleration isn't as extreme as something like Portal or Half-Life, so we're not going to be doing like really extensive ABH or anything like that. You actually can't ABH in this game, but we are going to be using air strafing a lot.
We'll make a pilot out of you yet, Rifleman.
Hey Tron, yeah, hey chat. So the premise of the game right now is the militia has discovered some sort of
Maybe even die on it.
There was like a power surge they discovered from this IMC-controlled planet Typhon, and they're going to investigate it. There's some sort of research facility there. They want to find out what's going on. So we're gonna go. The militia's gonna go check that out and see what exactly the IMC are up to. I'm gonna mash space here, just to choose the difficulty. There we go. So let me see. I have a timer going outside of the. I want to see where I am exactly here. We usually use in-game time, but of course this is a marathon, so that was a 4:05 gauntlet. Nice. So basically, what we're gonna find out here is that the IMC have this research base really heavily defended, and the militia bit off more than they can chew. We're gonna crash land behind enemy lines, and that's gonna be a lot of fun. So yeah. So let's see. I guess I could talk a little bit more about the movement mechanics here. So whenever we have a wall run and a wall jump, and so whenever I'm going to be running up to a wall, I want to jump off it as quickly as possible. In most cases, if I jump off of it within 5 frames or less, that's referred to as a wall kick. And what a wall kick does is it allows you to, it's similar, if you've heard of wall kicks in Super Mario 64 or something like that. And you get a percentage of your speed back, and as like a boost. So for every frame that you do it faster than 5 frames, like if you do a first frame or a firstie, you get a shit ton of speed. If you do it in 3 frames, you get a pretty large amount of speed. If you do it in 5 frames, which is the lowest window you can get without losing speed, it's still pretty good, but it's obviously not the best. So we've crash landed behind enemy lines here. This is probably one of the biggest downsides about speedrunning this game, is that there is an unfortunate amount of waiting that we have to do. That being this first cutscene here, and we're going to have about 10 seconds of gameplay, and then we have to wait through another cutscene. Which is pretty funny. We don't actually have any of the equipment that a Titan pilot would normally have. We're still kind of like, at this point in the game, a grunt, or like just your run-of-the-mill rifleman for the militia, but we can still slide hop and everything like that. And slide hopping is only supposed to be possible for pilots. So this is the infamous 18-hour cutscene. If you've played Sunshine, if you've watched Sunshine runs, you kind of know what to expect. This is that long cutscene before every run begins. So I think it's a testament to how good of a speed game this is. We do have to sit through this at the start of every run and other stuff throughout the run, and we still have a a small but fairly active community. It's pretty cool. So Cooper's getting jacked up with a bunch of drugs, and we're just gonna sit and watch this. So what we're finding out here is the IMC has hired a group of mercenaries known as the Apex Predators. They are just kind of they're a bunch of mercenaries, and they just always work for the highest bidder. And they're pretty ruthless. They're very skilled pilots. Pilots in the Titanfall universe are a group of kind of like, basically elite soldiers that have been specially trained for piloting Titans and for like special movement and combat abilities. That being, slide hopping, wall running, all that other stuff. Pilot training generally is, within the lore of this game, is supposed to be really, really dangerous. I guess only like 2% of people make it out. I don't know a ton about Titanfall lore, but I've heard only 2% of pilots survive training or something like that, but I've always thought that was a little absurd. Why would you kill off 98% of your testes, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, oh, by the way, my name's bryonato, my voice cracks a lot. I'm 25 years old, but you're gonna hear that throughout the rest of this run. I'm drinking a ton of water, and it's not gonna matter right now, so I apologize in advance. So if you play this game on higher FOV, some funny things happen. If you look on the right side of the screen here, you'll be able to see this little beastie guy kind of slide into frame. Right there. That's my favorite. Yeah, so, oh yeah, I guess I forgot to talk about some other stuff. This game was developed by Respawn Entertainment. Respawn formed after Activision basically fired the 2 head guys of Infinity Ward after Modern Warfare 2. They went off and made their own studio. First made Titanfall, and now Titanfall 2. It's a really, really cool game. So what's happening here is basically Lastimosa is gonna die. He was that dude that was training us in the simulation. He's gonna die. We're gonna try and shoot him. It's not gonna speed it up, but I fucking hate Lastimosa, so it'd be nice if he died. And so what's happening here in terms of the lore is Lastimosa, a very well-trained and experienced pilot, is handing over control of his Titan to Cooper, who again is just a regular grunt within the Titanfall lore. So as far as like this happening in the universe, this like never happens. This is like a big deal in the context of Titanfall. So we don't know. Yeah, I hope I'm allowed to swear. I've been swearing a bunch. I mean, the marathon's called Degen Dash, so I'd hope. He's allowed to swear. Good. Okay, cool. So normally the game won't let us sprint or slide or get a slide boost at the very start of the game, but we can counteract that by jumping backwards twice, and then we grab onto a wall, and then we can boost forward. You have to hit a minimum speed threshold to get a slide, and that's what we're gonna do right here. So right now we only have one jump. Our jump kit, which is what pilots use to be able to double jump, is still quote unquote calibrating. So we only have one jump for about the first quarter of this level. And this is BT7274, that's what the level's called. It is one of the most mechanically and technically challenging levels in the game. There's a lot of weird geometry. You see all these rocks have like little ledges and stuff like that. It's really easy to get hung up on all of those and lose a bunch of speed. So, okay, that's fine. We get a quick spawn here. Even just stuff like that can really mess you up. So everywhere I'm landing is gonna be, semi-calculated to prevent myself from hitting these ledges and slowing myself down. We take a little shortcut through this room. Normally it wants you to run around the entirety of that, but we just kind of climb that staircase, quote unquote. This is Death River. This is a very difficult section, just due to all the weird geometry and enemy placements here. It's where a lot of new runners lose runs. Okay, I didn't want to throw a grenade there. That's fine. We still only have one jump. We'll be getting our second jump once we reach this little pad with these guys over here. These little beasties, they're called prowlers. Not really a lot to say about them. We only really see them in like 2 or 3 levels in this game. So here's the first example of a wall kick, and we're going to do another couple ones right here. We can string them together to get a lot of speed. So every kick that you saw right there, I was ideally doing it in 5 frames or less. Run around here, slide through here. It's actually a pretty precise slide, not to get hung up on anything. So what we have to do right now is go find 2 batteries to bring back to BT to get him back to full power. BT is the Titan that we're going to be piloting for the entirety of the game. Pretty precise route down here. I'm going to be using what's called a slant boost by sliding on a surface at a specific angle, and it gives us a pretty nice speed boost here. Cook a frag, bunny hop, throw the frag. So we have to clear out all 3 of those grunts before the game will let us put the battery back in BT, and that is the most efficient way to do it. There's a bit of a difficult route coming up here called a river jump. There's like a kind of invisible staircase we can climb here if we just mash jump. There we go. And I'm going to go for the first frag boost that is outside of the gauntlet. One of the only ones we use in the game. I think I quite got the angle for it though, we'll see. Oh, we got it. Okay, cool. So it wasn't a lot of speed, I didn't quite get the angle I wanted. But it worked out. This section coming up here is really hard. Okay, got it. Actually, I didn't quite get the angle I wanted there, so we'll just do tree hop. Okay, that worked out. I kind of messed up my angle on that last wall kick. I can normally clear that whole section without jumping on the tree, but we did. I had to revert to tree hop because I was not confident in my slide hop timing. Okay. Also really tight movement through here. All these panels that are like... There we go. And so here's the final battery that we got to bring back to BT. I'm going to be throwing 2 carefully placed frags to try and clear out this last group of enemies as fast as possible. We get another slant boost there to give us a pretty insane speed boost.
Pilot, our location has been compromised.
Frag about right there, and then another frag about right there. That was good. Nice, and we got it. Okay, so that didn't look like much, but that's actually really tough. There's an enemy that appears up on that up on this little, I guess you would call it a bridge or ledge or whatever, and we have to throw it in a pretty precise spot to kill him. So that saves about 4 seconds over the intended route.
You must establish a neural link in order to proceed. Please embark
What's going on?
when ready.
Oh, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, that was like a decent BT aside from the death at the start. I got some marathon nerves, so trying to keep them together. So coming up here, we're just going to be introduced to kind of the 3 protocols that every Titan follows. Every Titan has a AI or an OS that it runs as well. So we're going to neurally link to BT. Why a walking supercomputer needs a human to pilot it, I don't know,
You are now confirmed as
but it sure makes a good
active
game.
pilot of BT-727.
So right now we're getting introduced to Titan mechanics.
Protocol 2.
We're going to be using different Titan loadouts in this game. Titan loadouts, they're all kind of like, think of them as like different heroes in Overwatch or something like that. They all have different set abilities and strengths and weaknesses. So right now we're being introduced to our first Titan loadout, which is Expedition. We have a Vortex shield here, which catches incoming bullets or missiles or anything and then fires them back at the enemy. When you fire hit scan bullets back at enemies, they have a splash damage effect, which is how we're able to clear that entire wave with just that. If you've seen District 9, this game draws a lot of inspiration from District 9, including this Vortex shield. This is like basically a direct, I mean, you basically see the Vortex shield at the end of District 9 if you've seen the movie. Spoilers. We also have the Acolyte pod, which is your general like aim and, or like I guess point and click missile system. You just like hit a bunch of locks and then they all lock on. Very easy. This section is like sort of on rails, but like there's also like a fast way to clear all those enemies. So.
Pilot, enemy Titanfall detected. You will have to find
All right.
our way to safety.
So we only talk to BT when we have to,
About this?
and in that situation it's fastest to talk to him. This is our first Titan fight of the game. It's pretty simple. We're gonna put up electric smoke, which does damage over time. Shoot him in his crit spot in the middle. We get him to bring up his Vortex shield. Charge rockets while he brings it up. And he's dead. Alright, so now we're at a BT. I'm gonna stand on this little rock here. I'm gonna wait for BT has to finish talking before we can like kind of run toward where he's gonna put the waypoint. If we run down there before he stops talking, he'll put the waypoint over there and it loses time.
Rendezvousing with Major Anderson. Until then, you and I are on our own.
Okay.
Marking your hub.
Here we go. So we're at a BT.
Must move quickly.
Hey Flotza, thanks man. So let me see what time I got. So that was with in-game time that was a 16:09 BT, which is okay. I'm about 25 seconds off record pace right now. So coming up, this is Blood and Rust. This is our first mission where we have full control of BT and have all of our jumps and all of our abilities. So BT and Blood and Rust are two of the, again, this is another really tough level. So the game starts out, the first act of this game is just insanely hard. Right now we're using optimal Titan movement, which is, or optimal Titan boosting. You'll see we have 2 little bars that are charging at the bottom of the screen. Titans can't jump, but they can dash or boost. We do a well-timed boost here, we can slide over the cone, but I missed it. That can be a little random, but I think I just messed up there. That saves like half second if you get it, so it's not a big deal. So we want to boost when we go around corners, or when we go off ledges. We want to boost when we go around corners because BT is kind of heavy, and he tends to throw his weight around and kind of drift, so we counteract that with the boost, like right here. And then we want to use it when we go off ledges because, you know, you have less friction in the air when you're on than when you're on the ground, so we keep our boost speed for longer. Oh boy, this is dangerous. Okay, so there's a trick there where I can jump out of BT when I disembark from him, called disembark jump, but that tone, that other Titan ran right in front of my face and I thought he was going to kill me, so I got scared. I'm going to use an audio cue here to time this slide right when the door opens. Okay, so this is a lot of really tight and tough movement coming up here. I'm not going to be able to commentate as much here, because I got to focus. I already kind of messed up. Alright. We get a wall kick here. Oh my god, I have my Discord noises in the background. Oh shit. Okay, I gotta turn that off.
What we have here.
Fuck, I just realized that now. Professional streamer, dude. Okay.
That's okay. That's okay. It's all good.
I'm gonna grab the wall. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna turn on streamer mode. Holy shit, I'm a fucking idiot. User settings, voice video, streamer mode. Enable. Professional. Okay, we're back. And I threw a grenade.
Pilot, I'm detecting friendly militia forces along your path. They may need assistance.
Okay. Did Kathy yell in the background? Yo, nice. Nice, dude. Good job, hon. This is a series of 3 wall kicks that we chain to go through the fastest. Coming up here, this is grunt hallways. This is probably one of the most random part of this level. Just due to like enemy movement patterns and stuff like that. Going pretty well though. Okay, I got a little bit unlucky. That's not the worst thing that could have happened though. So I talked a bit earlier. Actually, I'll come back to that. Can't talk about slide beast right now. So coming up here, this is the first big skip in the game. It's called Sludge Skip. There's a room in here where we'd have to fight enemy or waves and waves and waves of enemies. But we're gonna kind of manipulate BT's dialogue to get him to stay in one place. You can see him behind that fence over there. We're gonna choose the right dialogue options to get him to stay in the right place for a certain amount of time. And what's gonna happen is we're gonna come over here, press this button to hit a trigger, so we don't soft lock. And then we're gonna just jump here, jump here, jump here, and then we get BT. We just embark on him through the fence. You're supposed to kill a bunch of enemies there, but that just skips the whole fight sequence. It probably saves like 5 minutes. So it's pretty nice. Coming up here is our first boss fight of the game. We're basically gonna be killing all the apex predators. So we're gonna be fighting Kane. It's a pretty simple fight. Pretty simple strat for it. I switched to another loadout called Tone. So what this Titan loadout does is every time I shoot a Titan, I gain a lock, and once I get 3 locks, I can launch a barrage of missiles. I can build multiple locks at once to launch multiple barrages of missiles, and that's what we're gonna do here.
Now we're talking. Bring it.
So we get a lock on Kane, and then a lock on this brute here. And then we use both the missile barrages to kill the brute. I'll explain that in a sec. Every Titan has a core, which is basically like an ultimate ability. Tone's core is like basically just a huge missile salvo. So you saw me briefly bring up a menu there. What that was is called swap reloading. So with a couple Titans, Tone in particular, it's faster to swap to a different Titan loadout and then swap back to the one you were currently using really fast. It's faster to do that than it is to actually reload the gun. So swap reloading like I just did there saves about a half second. It's a pretty simple input. It's just I press 4 and then tab and then space, 4, tab, space. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Swaganos. So we got a little bit of waiting to do here. Maybe a good time to read donations. XD. Yeah, not really a lot to talk about.
I'm on my way. Slow now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for Swaganos. Swaganos is a swag strat that is insanely hard, that saves no time. That has a really high chance of death. It's a marathon, so we're gonna do it. Yeah. Okay, so coming up here, for the next chapter we have Into the Abyss. So Into the Abyss is the beginning of the game's second act, and the first mission of 3 that is split into 3 chapters. It's gone through. We have a new strat for it as of I want to say like a month ago, which is pretty cool. This whole level again is just optimal Titan movement, which is again boosting when you go off ledges and then boosting when you go around corners. We actually, you know, we do break that rule for part of this level, but that's so we can get the strat I was talking about. So basically, we're entering what seems to be some giant manufacturing facility with a bunch of, which is like one big assembly line. So you'll see these big platforms that are going to be moving around, like that right there. The ones with the trees on them. We're basically going to kind of cheat the assembly line and then get one of these big platforms to push us. We have to be really careful because the platform can actually come back and then like smack us in the ass and kill us instantly. So we gotta be really careful not to get ass smacked. So I'm gonna save my boost right here while that guy got wrecked. Save my boost here. Now I'm gonna boost at 2 precise spots coming up, and I'm gonna try and beat out the assembly line here. Okay, we got it. This should be good. Nice. Okay, that was the strat. So sometimes I have to disembark and re-embark BT to save myself, but I actually got that. That was perfect. That's pretty sick. We gotta clear these 3 Titans here as fast as possible to open the store. This Titan let out Scorch has what's called Flame Shield, which is basically a big circle that does a ton of damage when you're right up next to the enemy. So I did a bunch of DPS with that, and then activated his core and killed them all really fast. This was actually a really good Abyss 2, or Abyss 1 rather. I might actually gold this. I'm not sure. No, I won't gold it now. I ran into those enemies. Nice jinx, Brian. Thanks, dude. The game actually disables the kill zone after you hit the button there, so you can just fall down to the bottom. What time was that? That was a 204. That's a really good, really good. So this is Into the Abyss Chapter 2. This is like one of the coolest levels in the game, except for the fact that it's a fucking auto-scroller. So we do some really insane tricks and like movement here, but it doesn't matter until like the very end. So I'm gonna be doing like a bunch of swag strats basically. Like this, okay, except for that. Can I grab onto this wall? No, I can't. So I'm gonna die here, but it doesn't matter. The whole level runs on 1 cycle, so even if I die, I'm still not losing any time because it's an auto-scroller, and as long as you don't get a loading screen, the game just keeps the same cycle going and you're good to go. Yeah, so this level's like a big auto-scroller. It's like 6 minutes long, but it has some really cool stuff and also a really cool trick at the end. That is what basically determines your time in the level. Alright, so coming up here we have platform launch. How momentum works in this game is that if you jump off of a surface while it's moving, you keep all the momentum, and you kind of store it for your second jump too, if you're moving up or down. So I'm going to try and jump off of this platform while it's moving forward. I sort of got it. I'm not going to be able to get Swaganos, but I can get a good portion of what... Well, I didn't get the fucking platform launch really either, so that's cool. Alright. So, should I take the old route? Yeah, I'll take the old route. I'll take the old route. I was gonna do, I could do Told Spice, but Told Spice is kind of like it's a really safe route that skips most of this level, and you don't really get to see what it is. So, I will take, this is like the old route that is like way more dangerous and doesn't save any time. We're kind of, again, skipping ahead of the assembly line here. That's a really tough jump that requires some precise airstrafing. And you can see when I'm jumping off of this surface here, it's like giving me a big speed boost because it's moving forward. Okay, cool. So I'm not gonna be able to get to that platform. All right, nice. So I gotta. Oh, wow, we're actually pretty far behind the assembly line. Interesting. Okay, so this will be interesting here. I'm gonna use the platform or the momentum that the boost I was talking about to jump over to this platform down here. I actually haven't done this for a while, so I could die. But it's a marathon, so. No, we got it. Nice. So that's pretty cool. That doesn't save any time. I could literally just jump onto that, run over here, and get on this, and it'd be fine. So as long as I get on that platform before it leaves this little area down here, I'm fine. I haven't lost any time despite like all the weird shit I've been doing on this level. So it's really, yeah, this level's really cool, aside from the fact that it's an auto-scroller. So we're gonna do the same thing here. Just gonna chill down here while, oh, I need to get fire stars. I can get fire stars on effective cause. I'll get fire stars on effective cause. I'm not gonna risk missing out on this platform. Alright, so I'm gonna go stand down here. Should probably kill the ticks, otherwise they're gonna wreck me. Yeah, just gonna kill these dudes. Okay, so I'm gonna stand in a really precise spot here. We're gonna ride this platform out to so we get to like what's called the Dome. The Dome is like a big testing facility where the IMC are conducting like weapon experiments and stuff like that. So this AI you've been hearing, or sorry, this chick you've been hearing in the background, Ash, she's gonna like perform some tests on us basically. So I'm gonna try and stand in a precise spot here. That should be good. Whoops. So you heard me talking about how momentum works in this game. When if you jump off a platform while it's moving, you keep the momentum, and you kind of store it in your double jump. If a platform is moving up or down, god damn it, there we go. If a platform is moving up or down, so let's say a platform is moving up and then you jump off of it, you get a huge boost, and then you also store that for your double jump as well. So you basically get 2 boosts for one, or you get the same boost in both your jumps. So this little crane arm here is going to launch like straight up in the air, or it's going to launch us straight up in the air. I'm gonna use a pretty precise jump timing, and we're gonna climb. We're gonna like fly all the way up there. That's pretty sick. This is like brand new tech too. It's less than a week old. Did I get it? This should be close. Nice. Okay, so we sort of got it. If I did it perfectly, I would have launched like all the way to that little scaffolding there. But that's still pretty good. That's still pretty good.
I recommend getting there by any means necessary.
Impressive, pilot. You made it all this way alive. Unfortunately for you, there is a result.
All right, so you can hear Ash talking to us. She's gonna
Well done, pilot.
put us into this dome
I will take it from
and
here.
try and test out some fucking military equipment on us, and we're just gonna say no. There used to be an older way to do this skip. A Respawn dev actually contacted us after he saw our submission for SGDQ 2017 and was like, hey, just so you guys know, there's like a hole in the wall, and you guys can run out of it and like skip a level. So that was pretty cool. There's just a hole in that wall and you just walk through it and you're out of bounds. This is one of the only 2 out of bounds sections in the entire game. And it's pretty cool. So what's going to happen is we're going to stand here. The screen is going to go dark, and the game is actually going to teleport us to an alternate geo, and we're going to fall down and land right on top of the trigger for the next level, and we'll be good to go. There's some like weird artifacting and stuff like that. Anyway, so yeah, that was Abyss 2. That's about it. That was a pretty decent Abyss 2.
127 in Dynamic Simulation Dome 314.
Yeah, that was still a pretty good dome launch. Still a good dome launch.
Now, we shall see how impressive you truly.
Alright. So now coming up, we have Into the Abyss Chapter 3. This is the final chapter of Into the Abyss. This is kind of like the boss level. This is like really one of the big gatekeeper levels of the game. I fucking hate this level. It has a lot of really annoying movement. A lot of really tight sections. And then it has cylinder skip right here, which is we're gonna basically activate this button, get in this like little thing while it's rotating. This saves about like 12 seconds. We climb up here. This is a really tight movement section. It's called caverns.
I have broken free. This place is falling apart. I suggest we leave. You are not far from our location.
I am sorry to report due to your inability to.
There we go. Okay, so that was actually pretty clean.
I have been forced to scuttle the entire.
Okay, now we're gonna do a pretty precise jump here. Oh yeah, so we're not gonna fight Ash, by the way. You've been hearing Ash talking in the background the whole time. She's another one of the Apex predators.
I suggest you embark.
She's a simulacrum, which is basically the consciousness of a previous elite pilot transferred into the body of an android.
I detect an exit
Um,
beyond this dome.
She's pretty edgy,
Check your
pretty
HUD.
stereotypical. Oh, we got a damage boost too. Oh, that was sick. Okay, so you can get a damage boost there sometimes if you're lucky, and we did get lucky. This is actually on gold face right now for me. So we're gonna skip Ash fight basically. Ash is like a super random fight, and this skip was found by Tasknose. It's pretty nice. So we're gonna come up here. We're gonna get BT up onto this pipe. We're gonna disembark here. Screen looks crazy. Get back in BT. So now we've flipped both Cooper and BT out of the level. We're gonna dash across here or not. I'm just gonna fucking ruin the run. Okay. Okay, so we're back here. So anyway, we're gonna skip Ash. Yeah, so much for that being on gold face. Okay, so as I was saying, yeah, we're gonna skip Ash. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna boost up here, we're gonna get BT onto this pipe. We're gonna disembark in this corner. We're gonna clip both Cooper and BT out of the level. We're going to dash across here, run into the pipe. Come on, let me up. Fucking bastard. There we go. Now we're on the pipe, we're out of bounds. This is actually a pretty precise route here because the trigger for Ash fight is like just on our right there. And now we've cleared it, so we're good to go. we're going to boost here, land on an invisible floor, and then boost here, hit an invisible wall, and then do the same thing we just did. Lift Cooper and then BT out of the level.
Pilot control initiated.
Should have gone for ult strat. Kiss my butt, Mr. Veggies. Cool. And now we just hit the end level trigger and we're good to go. So those are the only two. Those are the only two out of bounds segments in the game. The rest of it is all pretty inbounds and movement based. So. And for anyone curious, I am a minute 10 behind record pace. So coming up here, this is Effect and Cause. Effect and Cause is one of the coolest levels I've ever played casually. It definitely rivals like Silent Cartographer and Halo 1. Or any other really cool single player level that you can think of. So we've arrived at the research facility that we've kind of been hearing about the entire game.
Major Anderson is here.
And we can see right off the bat that like something is amiss, like something's up. Obviously something happened here. There's weird shit going on, time swapping back and forth. We're gonna go find out what it is. We're gonna time our jump here with the time switch, and I hit the wall. Normally you can time that correctly and it saves like half a second, but we run over to these science dudes to trigger the next time switch. Coming through here. Time our jump again to get through this little fan. Okay. Now we're gonna try and chain 3 wall kicks together here. This should be okay. Yeah, we're good. Okay, cool. And now this is the guy that we're supposed to rendezvous with up here. This is Anderson. He's dead as fuck. I don't really know how this happened. It's kind of illogical how he's like stuck in the ceiling like that, but he is. Now we're gonna go give the helmet back to BT. Alright, we're gonna stand in a nice... BT's really specific on where you can hand him the helmet, so we're gonna stand in a precise spot for that. Alright, so now we got some more waiting to do. That's pretty hype. BT's gonna like play all this like dialogue or something from that's stored in Anderson's helmet, and we're just gonna dick around for a bit. I'm gonna get in position for the next strat coming up here. BT is going to... We're gonna stand here. BT's gonna throw that little pole, and it's gonna like land up there, and there's gonna be a zip line that like magically appears. And we're basically gonna skip most of the zip line. We're gonna grab it like right as the hitbox where it comes up at the top, and we'll be good to go. No, I'm reading chat. I'm reading chat. Yeah, so EA bought out Respawn, I want to say like a month ago now, so people are pretty scared about the future of Titanfall, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm reading chat, I still respond all the time. Again, the faster dialogue option here is V.
What are we supposed to do?
Our mission has been updated.
So I'm going to wait for BT to point, and then like, he'll pull his hand back, and then once he pulls his hand back, I'll do the jump.
While you investigate the facility for intel and the missing device.
Got it. Cool.
There's gotta be an easier way, BT.
I will work on it.
All right. What's V on controller? I don't know, dude. Yeah, this run is okay so far. For a marathon run, it's decent. I haven't really made any huge mistakes aside from messing up hash skip, so. So yeet. Alright. Whenever an enemy is walking through a door, they're not a physical object, so you can just run through them. Coming up here, this is a section called Skybridge. It's really fucking annoying and stupid. If you go through it too fast, you have to like do that whole segment again. So we have to go through it at a really specific speed. There's like a strat we can do called Faster Than Time, where we use a frag boost to kind of like beat out all the time switches here. But it's super inconsistent. Fucking Christ. It's super inconsistent and really hard. So we just do the safe route there. No, people don't even use Faster Than Time on IL, so it's pretty difficult. It's like a segmented only sort of thing. Alright, so coming up, this is Effect and Cause Chapter 2. All those time switches that have been happening randomly will now happen automatically. Or sorry, randomly. Will not happen like basically at our whim. We're gonna basically get control of this wrist-mounted device that Anderson has that allows us to switch time at random, or that allows us to switch time at will.
Sorry, Anderson.
It's pretty sick. So this level is like pretty technical and difficult. It's sick. Like casually, this level is so good. Alright. Ball kick here, kill the Marvin, always kill Marvins. Kill the Marvin.
Pilot Cooper, I have transferred some of my AI functions
Time
into
swap.
in order to prevent communication across time shifts.
Did I press the button? I sure hope I did. Okay, I did. Oof. I got scared. What the fuck am I doing, dude? Jesus. Okay. Again, when people walk through a doorway, they're not physical. Yeah. And good. Okay, so that was pretty decent.
A fragment of Anderson's damaged log.
So now we have to wait for Anderson's log.
Activating log playback.
Draw some pictures. Beautiful XD. Okay. So what we're discovering is that the IMC are building some sort of super weapon using some sort of like technology that they didn't create, that they found. You know, this is where like the Halo bit comes in. So they're creating some sort of super weapon to destroy Militia Homeworld. So that's where the Star Wars thing comes into play. So they're using some sort of device that like bends space and time to like destroy planets, is what's going on. Oh, I didn't grab fire stars.
This one's empty.
Oh shit. Oh well.
The arc must be somewhere else. Anderson, how?
Yeah, fire stars aren't like super necessary, but that's gonna hurt without him. Yeah, it's not a big deal. All right, so coming up here, this is like the toughest section in this mission by far. It's called Hell Room. Nice. I'm not sure if I can get this wall kick. No, I didn't get the wall kick. Damn it, man. I had the angle too. That was still pretty decent. Okay, so this is like pretty good. It could have been a lot better. I can do that one section in 2 jumps, but it's fine. This should be like on pace for like a 315, I think. Maybe a 316, 317. Decent effecting cause too. Not too many big mistakes. Or small mistakes rather. Don't make any big mistakes.
Major Anderson's final recording. Pilot, the rings at my location contain a large
Cool.
amount of residual energy. This was the
Okay. Let's see. That was a 318. Okay, so that was decent. Alright, so this is the final chapter of Effect and Cause. It's also the shortest one. So the way that Effect and Cause is built is for the present and the past, they basically built the levels on top of each other. So when you're swapping between them, you're like swapping, it's teleporting you like up and down. So we can actually abuse this by initiating an action or like an animation right when you time swap. And so you can fuse the game which timeline you're on, and you can use it to like basically phase through walls. It's pretty sick. Okay, so I got it. So that I'm like technically hacking the game in the past right now, but I'm still in the... Or I'm hacking the game in the present, but I'm still in the past, and I can use it to clip through a wall, and then it looks like time is completely stopped. So these guys aren't moving, those dudes are chilling up there. It's pretty sick. There's a lot of other cool, fun things you can do with it, but that's just a nice little shortcut there.
BT.
Time stop doesn't save any time. It's about, it's a little less than a half second slower than intended, but it is way safer. It's really, really safe. It mitigates a lot of like the randomness and RNG that you have to deal with. And it's generally, it's a really, really good strat. All right. Felgrath, you're talking out of your ass again, dude. I didn't ignore it. Yeah, no, it's slower by like less than half a second. Really, the speed of time stop depends on how quickly you activate it. So. Anyway, so we scanned the arc, and we got some sort of like energy signature from it, and it's going to allow us to track down where the
As
IMC are.
Anderson discovered, the
Holding the fold
IMC
weapon, so.
intend to destroy the militia planet of Harmony using the full-scale version of this weapon. Pilot Cooper, our journey is far from over.
Alright, so
We
decent
must
effect in
get
COVs
this data
overall.
to the fleet.
That was like relatively mistake-free. Alright. So coming up here, this is the beacon. This is this whole mission is kind of like the gateway between a good run and a bad run. This level sucks though. So this is the beacon chapter 1. I don't have fire stars, so this should be interesting.
We can complete his mission if we can re-establish contact with the fleet. The interstellar beacon ahead will serve our needs.
So we have to like run on the wall there pretty early to get ahead of BT. All these like rocks and stuff have like super finicky hitbox or grab boxes on them, so it's super easy to like mantle them and stuff like that. This is going pretty decently though. So we're gonna come down here. There's these militia dudes that are trapped inside this hub room. We're gonna kill the stalkers on the outside. Please. They all have like a crit box on the back of them. Nice. Okay, we're good. Okay, so normally I use fire stars there, but I'm good to go. And now we're gonna run back to BT. So normally the game would want you to run over there in BT at first and then just kill all of the stalkers that are chilling on the outside, but if we just kill those and then run back to BT, it despawns the rest of the stalkers and then skips a bunch of dialogue. I have to wait before I get in BT here, because if I get in BT too early, the game gets like really fucking confused and then just crashes to menu. So I gotta chill for a bit. We're gonna pick up another loadout. This is Ronin. Ronin's really fast, so we're gonna be using him a lot. We're gonna be abusing his core. Alright, cool. So this is decent. So you can hear that it's still like repeating the dialogue that's supposed to be playing out when we first run over here, and now it's gonna start overlapping.
I recommend we help eliminate these stalkers and then make direct contact with the militia riflemen.
Hey, Degen Dash mod, if you just want to like ban Valgrath, that's cool. I wouldn't blame you.
Arc tool. Function. Generates power up to 5 megajoules.
Yeah, we know what it is.
Right, what is my plus minus? I'm like plus 115 against record splits right now.
Sensors indicate another one in the substation, but it's nearly impossible to get down there. This place just ain't built for humans.
Understood.
Alright, so basically they need a tool to like restart the power for that dish down there, and the tool is down here, so now we gotta go grab the tool. That's like TLDR what just happened there. So coming up here, this is like my favorite level to speedrun in the game. This is the Beacon Chapter 2. It is a super sick level. It has a really nice flow. It's really fast. I'll see if I can execute it here. It's like my favorite IL to speedrun too. I might actually just grab fire stars down here actually. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab fire stars down here. It's gonna cost me a little bit of time, but I don't really care. It makes makes this room coming up here a lot easier. Okay, so yeah, okay, I shouldn't have grabbed the fire stars because it fucked me up, but oh well. Okay, so as I was saying, level has a really nice flow, and I'm gonna start doing that now. There's a lot of wall kicks and just really tight technical segments. Okay, that was good. Okay, so this is the room that fire stars are easier for. Oh, I don't know what's happening. Okay, there we go. We're fine. Okay, there we go. Okay, we're good. We're good. Jesus. Okay, I want to chain as many 3-frame wall kicks here as I can. I don't want to get a firstie because that'll put me like too fast and won't be able to deal with it. Nice. Good. Good. Oh, I head bonked. Damn it, man. Okay. That was a really good launch. If I strafe perfectly here, I can... Okay, I hit a weird ledge, but... Okay, this is not going well. Dude, whenever I hype up how cool Beacon 2 is, I just like... poop the bed. And mess up all the cool strats. So now we have the arc tool. The arc tool is Basically a zappy gun that looks like the gravity gun from Half-Life 2, and it allows us to zap things and turn things on and off. It's pretty neat. We're gonna cloak here, otherwise this dude will like punch me off the map. That's fun. Coming up here is a big skip called heatsink skip. It saves about, I think it's like 15 seconds. We use some really precise air strafing to skip going into this room to my left there. Got it. Nice. We have to run in here. We hit a trigger so the game doesn't soft lock. Chain together a couple of wall kicks. Come on. Oh, I almost got it. You can mantle on that. You can mantle on that little grate that flew out in front of you, and it gives you a massive speed boost and saves like a second. It's pretty cool. Another really difficult strat here coming up called fast fans, and we got it. Nice. Oh boy, I might start coughing because I just choked on my spit a bit. Excuse me. Screw you, Tron. All right. Excuse me. So that was a pretty ass beacon too, but we're okay. Dude, shout out to all the Titanfall homies in chat, by the way. Like all the Titanfall peeps are in here. It's pretty cool. Except for Valgrath.
Good work, Pilot Cooper. Now we can jumpstart the power to get the beacon functional.
So we have a little bit more waiting to do here. We have the arc tool. We're gonna go turn the power back on, and then coming up is like the coolest section in the entire game.
All we need is some power.
Pilot, the power chamber relays are off.
So yeah, we just gotta chill for a bit. It's really annoying.
Cooper, let's hope that arc tool was worth all the trouble.
All right.
Caution. High radiation levels detected ahead. Your suit will only protect you for a limited time inside the chamber. I suggest you move quickly.
I wouldn't stay in there too long.
Hey,
unless you
Spyman.
wanna be burnt to a crisp. Okay, opening the hatch in 3, 2, 1, go!
There we go.
Power at 100%.
All right.
I recommend you
Turn the power back on. We kind of clip through the door, and then we wait for. Oh yeah, so this is Captain Cole. He's like a huge piece of shit. He just like repeats everything BT says, and super condescending and a general asshole. Like yeah, he just sucks. He's like a super annoying character, and everybody hates him. We just gotta chill with him for a bit. So basically, what's gonna happen is like, plot's gonna meet plot device. Oh hey, look, the dish is coming back online. Yay. And then it blows up, so now I gotta go fix it. Big surprise. How technically hard does this run? At the top level, it's really
Not good.
really demanding.
The IMC are on their
Yeah.
way.
That is a reasonable assumption.
I think you can make comparisons to it to something like Mirror's Edge. As someone that is like in the process of learning Mirror's Edge, I feel like Mirror's Edge is like a harder run.
Module's gonna have to be repaired now.
Pilot,
But it's still
the
like
situation
technically
could
really
use your
demanding,
skills.
especially at the top
I
level.
hope you're up for another trip to hell, Cooper. You'll need to repair the
A
beacon
big source of
outside
difficulty is
the
air
hatch.
strafing. Yeah, the hardest things about this game are probably like air strafing, and then like wall kicks. Wall kicks far and away. I think that's why this is such a good speed game. It's like when you get started, it's easy enough to get started and hit most of the skips. It's like general movement, which is like the biggest barrier to being better.
My memory recalls this pilot as an exceptional fighter.
Can I get?
Well during the fracture.
Okay, cool beans. I don't think I got moon boots. Did I? Did I get it? I can't tell. Yeah, I got it. Okay, sorry, I forgot to explain what moon boots is. So basically what we did right there is if you fly in BT using that ability and then like disembark while you're in the flight animation, it actually reduces your gravity by like 15%, just due to the way that the game reads flight. I'm sure if Taskinos is in chat, he can explain it better. He knows how it works. But anyway, now we're super floaty now. So BT is actually going to throw us over there, and what we're going to do is we're going to hold jump when he throws us. We're basically going to like jump off of his hand as he throws us. That's not actually what happens, but it looks like that's what happens, and we're going to fly across this whole level. This is like the coolest fucking part in the game. I do have a quick save set up in case I mess it up, because like the game didn't give me a good checkpoint. So here we go.
IMC dropships headed to your location.
Okay, I have to take a backup here. That's fine. Had to take a backup route, but that's totally okay. Not a really big time loss at all. That was sick. Okay. Dude, speedrun this game. Yeah, totally do it. It's a sick speedrun. We love having more new people in the community. Okay, so we picked up gravity stars. We're gonna use these to basically grenade boost. You throw them at a surface and then they stick and then explode after a certain period of time, and they don't kill you, and they give you a massive boost, which is pretty sick. Come up here. This is the hardest route / trick in the game. This, if I get it, it's gonna be called zipless. I'm actually gonna put a quick save here because the checkpoint can sometimes soft lock and kill me, and I don't want to have to restart the whole level again. So. Okay, I'm gonna load the quick save. So this run is technically now invalid in terms of like an actual proper run, but I'm not gonna. What the fuck is that? Okay. Can I make that? No, I can't. Okay.
Protocol 2 mission update. Uplink module acquired. Standing by for your return, Cooper.
Zulu 1-6 director. The pilot's intentions are unknown.
Oh boy, here we go. Okay, one more try.
Protocol 2 mission update. Uplink module acquired. Standing by for your return, Cooper.
Zulu 1-6 director. The pilot's intentions are unknown.
That should work.
To draw us away from the Titan.
There we go.
Entering maintenance mode.
9. Focus on the pilot. I have other plans for the Titan.
What the fuck? Okay. Well, I'm salty now. The fuck was that, dude? Okay, put me back here. Hey, we get another chance at it. Let's go.
9. Focus on the pilot. I have other plans for the Titan.
God damn it, dude. God, I fucking hate this shit sometimes. Yeah, this is really tough. Like, trust me, this is really hard.
Uplink module acquired. Standing by for your return, Cooper.
Zulu 1-6 director. The pilot's intentions
Ugh. Okay, I might just work with this here.
Caution. Entering
Yeah, this
maintenance
works.
mode.
Unless it give me my jump back. Okay, it did. Good.
Focus on
Alright,
the
what can I
pilot.
do with this?
I have other plans for the Titan.
Oh my god. Dude, please, for the love of God, just like, give me something good here.
Protocol 2 mission update. Uplink module acquired. Standing by for your return, Cooper.
Zulu 1-6 director. The pilot's intentions are unknown.
Okay. Okay, this is it.
Draw us away from the Titan.
Here we go.
Entering maintenance mode.
Okay. I'm gonna go for a stupid wall kick. I got it. Yay. I shouldn't have went for that, but I did anyway. Because I'm an idiot. Here we go. Okay, this is what it's supposed to look like. Thank you very much. That was like, what, 10th try zipless? No prob, dude. Yeah, freak my butt, dude. Okay, so this is dish fight. We have to clear out a certain number of enemies as fast as possible. We're gonna be just like beating people up here. Titan melee is like super OP for this because it has a massive hitbox on the end of it and extends like 20 feet past BT. So it's pretty nice. I think that's everyone right here. Expedition, kill those dudes. Acolyte pod, they're all dead. Acolyte pod again. I kill them. Have to make sure they died. Yeah, they didn't die. Okay. Okay. Oh, dude, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do, shit. I'm gonna fucking do the okay, okay. This is like the strat that normally it would not, it saves like 2 seconds and it's like really tough. Okay, I'm gonna do the BT teleport. Yes. Oh, we got it. Okay, let's go. So BT's stuck. BT is completely stuck. We completely lost moon boots. Okay. We're gonna kill the rest of the enemies here. Okay. So now we kill all the enemies, we're gonna run over here. And we're gonna basically, BT would normally have to throw us to the top of the dish. But obviously he's stuck, so we can't do that. We would do this whether or not he was stuck, but he's I'm saying, but anyway. So we're gonna kind of like wedge ourselves into this corner. We're gonna like double jump ladder, or wall jump ladder to climb to the very top. Wow, we still got there without losing any time, dude. Badass. Okay, so now so normally what's gonna happen here? The dish is gonna move. BT is supposed to catch us and save our lives. BT is stuck, so he's not gonna catch us. He's like completely just gonna miss. But like, the game's not gonna let us die, right? So what's gonna happen? BT! Just fucking saved by the hands of God, dude. Thumbs up and nothing. See, BT is chilling over there. Doesn't know what's going on. Now, like, we're gonna be magically placed. place inside BT's cockpit, and we teleport over here. It's such a sick trick. It saves like 2 seconds, but like executing that alongside like a perfect dish fight is really difficult. Anyway, it's a super sick trick. I found that like 2 weeks ago.
I'm already on my way. Richter out. This is Richter. Intercept and destroy that pilot. Then
I'm happy I got to do that in a
remaining
run,
militia
or in a
troops.
marathon run.
Reapers inbound.
So now we're gonna fight Richter, who's like that Arnold Schwarzenegger type dude you've been hearing in the background.
Copy that. Locking down. We will assist.
We have to clear out a few waves of enemies before he comes down. Basically, we can determine where the enemies spawn by standing and looking in a certain spot, which is what we're doing here. So we're gonna come over here,
Caution. Anomaly detected.
and then we're gonna look right here,
Possible hostile
and it's gonna
Titan.
force the Titans to spawn in a certain spot.
IMC ground squads. I'm looking for someone to promote. I'm also looking for someone to kill. You get to choose which
Okay.
one you wish to be. Or yet not
We're gonna build up multiple locks. Oh, we didn't get both the locks. Okay, that's annoying. Okay, this is interesting. I'll kill this guy first then. Oh my god, this is terrible. Thank you. Is he dead? Jesus Christ. So we're gonna shoot Ronin here. So Richter is kind of a pain in the ass. He can sometimes like nuke himself when he's about dead, or sometimes he won't, which is slower. I'm gonna use like a set amount of damage to get him to nuke himself pretty much every time. So there's like a consistent way to do this, but it's kind of tough. Okay, so shoot, shoot, swipe, and then we activate Sword Core. Swipe, swipe, swipe. One more. Shoot, shoot, Arc Wave. He didn't do it. God damn it. So annoying. Hey, over 0. What was that strat, by the way? Yeah, dude, it's a sick strat, isn't it? I love that strat. Alright, so now we're chilling. So now they're gonna do some more talking and some more plot and stuff, and we're just gonna relax for a bit. We can use gravity starts to shoot coal a bunch, which is fun. The gravity like sucks the bullets back down into the field, and you can shoot coal. It's pretty satisfying. Just that hit marker sound over and over. 102.46. Okay.
Commander Briggs.
And that's real time, right? Yeah. I'll tell you what my in-game time is at the end of this.
Report intel to the fleet attached to the SRS unit.
Solid copy. Good to hear you guys are still down there.
It's a good pastime.
Saving your data now.
Whoops. See you, Velgrath.
BT-7274. Your data recorder says your original pilot was KIA.
Correct. Captain Ty last.
Yeah, that strat is great. It's one of my favorites.
I am now linked.
It's one of
to
my
acting
favorites.
Pilot, Rifleman Jack Cooper.
Wait a minute.
Oh, this is Sarah Briggs, by the way.
Supposed to link you to a rifleman?
She sucks.
He had no other options.
Understood. We'll get you transferred to a fully qualified pilot.
I don't want to get like, I want to rant too hard,
Objection.
but like seriously,
Cooper
she
is
fucking,
my
I hate her. I hate her so
Combat
much.
effectiveness rating now exceeds 90%. Request permission to retain this link.
102.46 is paced with my PB's IGT. Damn. Okay, good,
You're
Josh.
lucky our backs are up against the wall, BT. Permission granted. That's high praise coming from a machine, Cooper.
Alright.
Thanks to your scan data of the Ark, we've tracked its energy signature to an IMC base right here on Typhon. We don't have much
time. Let's go! Nice one, hun. Alright. So, in-game time, that is a 59.46. Alright, so coming up we have Trial by Fire. Trial by Fire is the only level of its kind in the game. This is basically, the developer code for this level was T-Day, as in Titanfall D-Day. It's basically, it's an all Titan level. We're going to be fighting like waves and waves and waves of enemies. And it is super bottlenecked by this character right here, by Sarah Briggs. So there's a certain, what's going to happen is there's a certain amount of enemies we have to kill in like multiple waves. And then once we do that, Sarah will open up the next door for us. And then from there, we have to kill a number of enemies for Sarah to like not get stuck behind and like killing a bunch of people. So she bottlenecks a lot of this level. We can actually do it a lot faster, but there's a lot of like safety strats we have to take so that Sarah doesn't take her sweet ass time getting over to where we need her. So the game won't actually progress until she like is at the same trigger point as we are. Pretty frustrating. Alright, so oh yeah, we can just walk through that wall, by the way. Holy crap, I forgot to talk about what Sword Block is. So yeah, Ronin has an ability called Sword Block, which blocks 75% of all incoming damage. And we can use it when those turrets are firing at us to just like walk through the wall because it gets destroyed anyway. So what I'm trying to do here is build up core as fast as possible. And kill a bunch of people with it. Okay. Good North Star. Okay, let's fucking do this shit. So we're waiting for Sarah to say, "Pilot, you're with me." Hello? Come on, Sarah. Pilot, you're with me? Pilot, you're with me? No? This guy too, huh? Okay. Pilot, you're with me. There we go. See, that's an example of Sarah being just like a huge asshole. Now we're gonna come through here. Okay. Hey Caboose, what's up, dude? Now we have to kill this this Scorch. Okay, now we have to kill a bunch of grunts, otherwise Sarah will like take her sweet ass time and like fight all of these grunts individually 1v1. Okay. We can't damage him while he's in that dome shield. Arc wave both of these guys. Okay. Oh, this North Star's in a really nice spot. Oh, this is really good RNG. Alright, let's go, Sarah. Don't run backwards. Don't run backwards. Come on, let's go. Come on. Yes, okay, that's good. That's really good Sarah RNG. So sometimes you'll get to this point and Sarah will like still be at the very beginning of the level. It's pretty brutal. So we're gonna switch to Brute, and Brute has that flight ability I was talking to you guys about earlier, and we can basically use that to kind of skip the last part of the elevator here.
As far as I'm concerned, you've earned your pilot certification.
Now we're gonna use a Sword Core and cheese out the last part of this level. So what Sword Core does is it basically just gives you really it's like infinite boost. So you can your boost just charge over and over and over and over and over really quickly. And we want to rebuild core as fast as possible. So we're gonna arc wave both of these Titans. That was good, 75%. Nice. Okay. Move. Yeah. Okay. Faked him. Okay. If we're lucky, we can get a damage boost from these guys. If that tone runs over. Okay, he didn't run over. It's pretty rare, but it can happen. If we use phase dash as we go into this cutscene here, the game actually instantly recharges it after the cutscene.
The Ark is headed your way. I'll let Viper take it from here. See you soon.
I don't know what that Brute's doing there. Alright, so that was Trial by Fire. And that was, for anybody curious, that was a 4:55 Trial by Fire, which is a pretty decent time, aside from that opening sequence taking forever. Alright, so coming up here, this is the Ark. What to say about the Ark? This is, if you speedrun this game, this is your most hated level, no question. So, in this level, we're jumping between a bunch of flying ships, and it's buggy as all hell. We do a really difficult skip at the very beginning that kind of opens up a can of worms of bugs for the rest of the level. There's so much to say about this. So Yeah, I don't even know what to say about this. I threw a frag right there because it's gonna after this next cutscene triggers, it's gonna give us 4 frags back. Yeah, everybody hates this level, dude. Everybody hates this level. So this is an auto scroller. They give you they like tell you to fire at all these ships, but like it doesn't matter if you do or not. Anyway, so we're chilling right here.
Coming up on a transport. Just burn past it. We have to catch the Draconis.
So yeah, what we're gonna be doing, the first skip we're gonna be doing, I guess I'll talk about Viper here. So we're gonna be introduced to Viper. He's the second to last Apex Predator that we have to fight. Viper is like a really good anime villain. He's like the perfect blend of like edgy and cool. He has like a heavily modified Titan that just flies around and launches missiles and everything. He's a cool dude.
Visual clear. I've got the tone.
Fun fact, if you look up in the top right corner right here, you'll see BT's there. If you see him, he chills up in the corner, and then like he waves at you twice. And then he magically appears right here. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a really difficult skip called Barker Skip. I'm going to be trying to get a perfect frag boost to jump over to the next ship here. So basically skip BT throwing us there, and it saves like 45 seconds. This is really, really tough.
Commander Briggs, this is Blackbird 6-4. We can get in there.
Okay, I jumped too early, but I got good RNG. Ah, I almost got good RNG. Okay. So we used to do this without doing the frag boost, and it's like super random. If you don't get a perfect frag, you can still sometimes get good RNG. Every time you mess up the skip, it loses about 15 seconds.
Commander Briggs, this is Blackbird 6-4. We can get in there.
I'm jumping too early.
We need a fastball.
But I got really good RNG. Okay, cool. Don't kill me. And so sometimes you can just fucking die. You can just actually die right here for no reason.
We'll never get past those guns.
There we go.
We'll drop you off
Now
at
this
the
is
stern
6-4
of the
skip. We're gonna
airport
jump
for
off.
orders.
Oh boy, I might die. Okay, we're good. Okay, so that was really good. There's a, if you guys have played Halo 1, you're probably familiar with like the fall timer. So after you fall for a certain period of time, the game will just like auto kill you. And so you have to be really careful during a couple of these big jumps, because if you fall for a long enough time without double jumping, the game just kills you. I think I was probably like less than a half second from dying right there.
I don't know if that's gonna be enough.
Cooper, hurry.
Just drive this run shirt.
Alright, so coming up here, we have, they want you to kill all 3 of these gun batteries, but we only have to kill the last one. And then the rest of the enemies just despawn. We try and jump here to prevent the level from doing this, but you have to like be like frame perfect, so that's pretty tough. Where's the third? Is this dude still alive? Get out of here, man. Oh, really? Oh, this is some bad luck. Okay, that's all of them. Okay, so that was decent, I guess. Alright, so that's over with. Come up here, we have a trick called Early Sarah. Basically, Sarah is going to bring her ship up here, and the game wants you to wall run on it to get over there. You can't run on this wall for some fucking reason. So we're basically going to jump on her ship early, and we have to play around that fall timer again.
Copy that, Bear. On my way. The bridge is through that hangar over there. Any ideas?
Okay, and because of how this game reads momentum, we have to wait for her ship to even out. Come over here. I might still die. No, we're good. Okay, I messed up the frag, but oh well. There we go. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna come over here, kill these enemies. There's a certain set of enemies I have to kill to progress. The 6-4 take care of the rest. I can get these guys with 2 fire stars. Nice, and we come over here and kill these dudes as they come up out of here. Okay. Throw a frag down there. And room's clear, right? That's it? Okay, cool.
Follow me.
Sometimes gates will kind of take her sweet ass time. That's gates right there. And it seems like we have decent gates RNG though. So, this run, generally speaking, is not really random at all. That's what I like about it so much. There's not a lot of RNG, and it's mostly just how good are you at movement, which is probably the main reason I'm still running it. But between Trial by Fire and the Arc, both have like a fair amount of it, which is too bad. Mostly just the Arc. Yeah, that 6-4 skip was nice. Okay, so coming up here, I'm actually going to use my controller. I use a PS4 controller for this. we have to like control the ship, and I just find it easier to control with an analog stick versus WASD.
Commander breaks from Malta is ours.
Copy that, 6-4. Cooper, you still have control of the bridge. Use your data knife to steer yourself right behind the Draconis. Barker, get BT back to Cooper.
You got it.
I'm not sure why they want you to pilot it right behind it, but you know, it's another objective, so.
Clean up hostiles.
There we go.
Rendezvous with the Draconis.
We're good. Okay, so now since we did Barker skip, we have to stand away from the window while BT punches it. Otherwise, the game will crash to menu. Okay, we're good.
Ready to transfer control to pilot.
Okay, so coming up here is a Viper fight.
Take the deck and get to the Draconis.
Viper fight is probably the hardest boss fight in the game to do optimally.
Voodoo 1, Viper's on station. Your journey ends here, pilot. The skies belong to me. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
Alright, so we're gonna get an early lock there. Switch the tone. And we want to try and bait out the flame shield on both these guys. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Viper 1, taking cover.
1, 2, 3.
Move in.
Nice. Okay, this is good. Get through these. Switch to Ronin. Oh, wait, none of the missiles hit him, man. Come on. That's pretty unlucky. Okay, that was actually a really decent Viper fight. Nice. Viper can do some really nasty things, and so we handled that pretty well.
Copy that. Board the Draconis and secure the arc.
Yeah, this is a really good arc, honestly. This is like a good. I'd be happy with this in a run, aside from missing first Barker. Like, considering how awful the arc is to runners in marathons, this has been pretty good. Coming up here, this fight between BT and Viper is really well choreographed, and I think it just looks really sick. I really enjoyed this part casually. It's so fucking cool. Alright, so rips off his arm, throws it, and it's just like, oh, we have to jump here to prevent being knocked back, and then we shoot Viper in the cockpit.
I've lost the hatch. He's covered.
Okay, there we go. Now the rest of the level is just an auto-scroller, so all the tough parts over.
BT, what's the plan?
We must uphold the
Yeah, I verified it earlier, Josh.
This ship is rapidly losing altitude. It is up to us, Cooper.
Alright, so we're finally approaching the Ark. We're gonna try and take it for ourselves, save the day. 11804 RTA. Okay.
Approaching the Ark's containment unit.
That's when the level is gonna end, is 11804. So we're gonna be right on estimate, I think. We're gonna be just about on estimate.
The containment unit is too large to carry.
Maybe a few minutes
We
under.
must improvise. I cannot reach the Ark. Cooper, I need your help. Quickly, we need to get off the ship. We are running out of time.
Was that the end time for this level, Tron? Is that what you were saying?
This way, Cooper.
It's fastest to use both dialogue options here. Might be up by 6 seconds. Okay.
Negative. You're trapped.
In any case, this is on pace to probably be like a 130 then.
I will not lose another pilot. Brace for impact.
The world record we use in-game time is 123.08, and then RTA for world record is 126. 126.26. All right. And for anyone curious how this run is comparing to PB, I am 3 minutes and 38 seconds behind my record. All right, so this is the final level of the game coming up. This is the fold weapon. This also, so all of this game's really long cutscenes are at the beginning and at the end. This is the second really long cutscene.
Not my concern.
The game doesn't show it at all, but basically the ship crash lands and you get captured by the Apex predators.
Just have my money ready. I'll get you your precious cargo, you useless.
You useless neff. Dude, I fucking love Blisk. I wish Blisk was my dad.
You're gonna open up and give me what I want.
Voice command. Not recognized.
Let me just rip it out of him.
Can't risk it. The ark's unstable.
So this is our last dialogue option we use here.
And I want it back.
It's fastest to be edgy.
Go on. Tell your Titan to open up.
About what? His feelings?
Still trying to be a hero, eh?
I have a lot of dodge riding on this.
Blisk is voiced by J.B. Blanc and is modeled after the main antagonist in District 9, so kind of another callback there.
I will shoot you in the head.
Pilot in jeopardy. Ocular systems. Marginal. Cannot visually acquire pilot.
Stand him up.
Oh, also, there's like dev commands, so we can like view this game in third person. You're not supposed to be able to, but this section looks really silly in third person. I just kind of wanted to point it out, how funny it looks.
Functions compromised by severe crash damage.
I actually have a full third person speedrun on my YouTube, plug.
Some things still work in there. Now open up. But I'm going to shoot your pilot in the head. You still remember numbers, don't you? I'm going to count to 3.
1.
It was already invalid. I used safety quick saves next to zipless because I wanted to prevent the checkpoint soft lock.
That's the problem with teams. If you don't win together, you die together.
Oh yeah, I forgot to point out, Blisk like clips into the floor there. Oh well. Alright. Rest in peace, VT, man.
Nice try, love. Say goodnight.
Epilepsy warning.
Alright, get the ark out of here! We're running out of time!
Yeah, I love that this is basically just like one of my stream chats. Like literally everybody in here is from my stream. You guys are great. Alright, so shoutouts to Flatza. This strat right here, if you basically almost kill yourself in the fire, it saves like 5 seconds. Normally you have to wait a really long time for BT to talk to you, but if you just do that, BT just like instantly talks to you, and it's a pretty nice 5-second time save. I love that strat. It's so easy and it saves so much time for like nothing. So this is BT is handing us the Seer kit, which is kind of like a thing that Titans will do as like the last ditch effort if they die. Seer stands for Survive, Evade, Resist, Escape. And so basically it has the data core for the Titan, and then it also has the data knife, which is that thing that we're using to stab and hack things. It's a very masculine tool. And then the smart pistol, which is the most rage-inducing weapon in any game ever. But it's delivered like, as far as this game goes, it's delivered at a pretty nice time for the plot. It's literally a weapon with an aimbot at the end of it, and yes, this weapon is in the multiplayer as like more or less a kill streak. Anyway, it's nice here though. All right, so I have to be really careful at this part. If I die here, I have to watch that whole cutscene again. So I got to be really careful. The game always hitches here, without fail. Okay, so I got to be careful.
I'm picking up a data core, but it's a weak signal.
Are you sure you have the coordinates? What's the signal? I need to get through to them.
Okay, we're good. Okay, that was decent enough, I guess. We got a bit of a dialogue skip, so.
If you can read me, get to the bridge 1 click north of your position. We've only got 1 shot to turn this fight around, and you're it. Our fleet's moving in on the fold weapon. We're coming.
I really enjoy the movement through this part. Wall kicks here. Nice. Okay, that was pretty decent.
We have 1 last vanguard in the racks. I'm pulling its data core and preparing it for Titanfall.
Alright, we're gonna call in a new Titan and then put BT's data coordinate, so it's still BT, but you know, new coat of paint. That was a pretty decent escape. Happy with that.
Hello, Jack.
Okay. If you run back behind BT, you just kind of like skip a bunch of dialogue, you can get BT instantly. Pretty silly. Alright, so now we're going to build up core as fast as possible. And then, let's see if I can get it in here. Okay. Oh boy, that's not good. Okay. Okay, that's fine. I'm pretty okay. I was a little worried about that. Now we're going to use sword core to cheese again. We got a nice little shortcut through here with phase dash. Very small time save, but it is nice. Now coming up here is door skip. Hopefully we don't get shot by this tone, which is a very big possibility. We just run through the top of the door and open it automatically. That used to be a pretty big random RNG point in the game, or in the run. You'd have to like try and get that tone to walk backwards into the door to open it up. But fortunately, thanks to Enderon and an Angry Albino, we were able to find a way to skip the door. This run has really only gotten better with age. This run used to be pretty random. And basically every skip that we found, like, oh my god, this movement is ass, pure ass. Where's BT? Okay, the game might crash here, because BT's not there.
You have your money, Bliss.
I think we're good.
Now go. My forces will take over from here.
Okay, yeah, every skip that we found was basically just eliminated like randomness from the game. Door skip, ash skip, consistent Barker, beacon 3, Titan placement. It's pretty sick. So.
I'll do this one for free.
Okay.
You know what I see when I look at you? Hard and easy money.
Where are we? Scorch. Oh, this is not good. Okay. I really need core. There we go. Okay, this is actually fine. Okay, whatever. There she is. Use your fucking core, bitch. There you go. Oh, I might die. Okay, I gotta be careful here. Alright, Ronan. Okay, we're good. Okay. Where are you? Spawn. Sloan? There she is. Okay. There we go. I hate when she stands here. There we go. Okay, that was a really good Sloan fight. That was a pretty decent Sloan fight.
All personnel must clear the chamber immediately. Disruption of electromechanical units, including Titans, will be severe.
Alright, this is the final cutscene of the game. So that was a decent Sloan fight. Sloan fight is probably the I guess I said Viper's difficult. Sloan fight's difficult in his own right. Sloan is like really the only boss that can actually kill you on easy. Her laser core does a ton of damage, and she can just use it almost indefinitely, and she can stack multiple over and over. 130.04 RTA drop time. Okay, cool. So this should be like a 130. I imagine this is gonna be like a 130.
I don't work for free.
42 would probably be my prediction. 130.46. Yeah.
You don't get to kill me.
Yeah, so basically, Sloan spawns 3 different times, and the first 2 times she spawns, you just want to basically force her to teleport as fast as possible. And so you have to manage your core charge and your health pretty actively. Fortunately, there's a lot of like health packs all through the level, or all through the fight, so it's pretty nice. And where you look again, and sand determines where she spawns. So there's a lot of stuff you can do to influence the fight. But as you saw during that second phase, I almost died. You do have to hold W here for some reason, because BT requires quote-unquote auxiliary assistance. While I'm here, I guess I'll do like some final shoutouts for the run, just because I'm sure Milk wants to get the run going to the next game as soon as I'm done. So yeah, I guess just shoutouts to Milk and Boone and everyone else on tech and the guys that are running Degen Dash. I've been wanting to run this game in a marathon for a really long time, so I appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity. Shout out to everybody watching, super appreciate it. Hey Jazz Speedruns. If you guys are interested in speedrunning this game, it is a really sick run. We have a really nice active community going on, we have a lot of resources available to it. You can find the link to our community Discord on the speedrun.com/Titanfall_2 page. Also, I stream this game pretty much every day, starting around like 7 p.m. Pacific, most days twitch.tv/bryonato, BRYONATO. Would super appreciate you guys checking me out. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and yeah, thanks for the marathon. Much appreciated. So, anyways, this is the final run coming up here. Time is, I'll call time, and it's gonna be when I lose control of Cooper, like at the very last jump in the game. So it's in about like a minute from now.
Calculating. Protocol 3. Protect the pilot. Goodbye, Jack.
Alright.
Cooper, we just lost BT signal. We're almost there. Cooper, I'm marking your HUD with the coordinates. The evac site might be in midair. There's nothing we can touch down on here.
And if I'm playing through this shit show, you better be there on time, kid.
Move, pilot.
I hold space here.
I'm tracking you. Keep going.
Oh god, I did that again, didn't I? God damn it, I hate doing that. Wow, I don't know where the fuck I am. Well, that was kind of cool.
That's it. You're almost
And time.
Got a visual.
Hey, Loves Fix Synthetic. Thanks, dude. For anybody curious, that was a 1:26:51 IGT.
Get us out of here.
So that run was good enough for 4th place on the leaderboard. Anyway, yeah, so that's Titanfall 2 any percent. Thanks everyone for watching. I'm not sure what was the RTA. What was my RTA? My RTA was I can't fucking see. Oh well. Let me see what it was RTA. 1:30:32. Nice, cool.
Alright, is that all you'd like to say?
Listen long enough, you can love me.